Hey everyone, Tom Krzystof back with you today, and I'd like to speak to you about making your magic stronger. Now, it's not easy to do that in just one video blog, so we'll do this over a series of video blogs, but I think it's important to understand that there's several elements that come into play when it comes to making magic strong, and the reality is you don't necessarily find strong magic effects, you find effects that fit you and that makes them strong. So we're going to talk about the first element in making your magic stronger, and that is letting the moment of magic breathe. Um, Too many times we get excited to move on to the next thing or do something different, or we're afraid we're going to get busted and we don't want to hold out. And that's pretty stinking thinking. What you really need to do is routine your trick to a point where the moment of magic has an opportunity to sink into the mind of the spectator. After all, you're doing something spectacular, something not everybody could do. So let that moment breathe, even if you have to, and I've had to do this all along, even if you have to count to yourself 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, and so on. It'll give you that pause that allows the magic to become magical. And that way you don't step on your applause, you don't step on the astonishment for the spectators. I'm going to share a quick story to illustrate this, and then we'll just move on and do another one tomorrow. Good friend of mine, Matthew Teague, who I mentored for several years, came to see me do a show. And we were talking about routining. And I was talking about letting the moment of magic breathe. I was talking about cadence. I was talking about tension and release. And I said, rather than tell you about it, let me just show you. So we walked over to the bar, and this woman that was there asked me to do something. She couldn't make the show, and she said, could you do something for me? And I did the old two-match trick, where you pull two matches out of a matchbook, burn the rest of them, do some magic with the two matches, make them vanish, and they reappear back in the matchbook. Now, in my day, that was in every beginner's book out. But what I did is I took the time to work on the timing, the rhythm, and the presentation of it to where, at the drop of a hat, if somebody says, can you do something, and there's matches around, I can do an effect that may be silly to magicians, but it's pretty strong. And to illustrate that, Matthew turned to a friend of ours and said, I can't believe he's doing the match trick. And I went through my whole routine, and when I finished, the woman turned to me and said, why aren't you playing regularly in Vegas? And she kind of freaked out. She left. We all had a good laugh about it, but it was a great platform to talk to Matt about the magical moment. And it really was a turning point for him, but it clearly illustrates that the simplest tricks you have sometimes can be the most powerful. Sometimes a double lift is a lot more powerful than an extreme cut, depending on how it's used. So anyway, that's all for today, and I will see you again very soon. Take care.